Yeah, try not to eat
heavy
anything
after
super
9:30.
heavy. Dude, I have a bad time with sweets. I fucking
God,
love
dude.
sweets, bro. And especially at nighttime,
You
like
and
right
me
before
both.
bed, dude, I'm like that candy dish. I'll go out there and I'm like, I need a Kit Kat and an Almond Joy and 2 Airheads and a couple of gummies and I need a Blow Pop sounds pretty good. And then I come back in the room and I've got this. And Becca's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I just wanted some candy,
Just
you
get
know?
some snacks,
Just get
man.
some snacks.
I was fucking blown away. I'm like, well, this is the 50s.
I think I also drank like 6 cups of coffee that morning,
Oh,
too. Dude, that
dude.
coffee was going down that
Dude, they
morning.
have good coffee.
It was good. I don't know what the hell
Really
was
good
happening. I was
coffee.
like, I'm jamming this, dude.
Man.
Anyways, let's go. So, shout outs, what is that, Pineapple Express?
Yeah.
He's like, holy sweet Jesus,
God.
Moses, Mary. The guy walks in with the fucking torch to light. Dude, what a great movie. I got to watch that movie again, man. What a-
One of the dumbest movies
Oh,
I've
so
made.
stupid.
Oh,
Just
God, so good, though.
So hilariously stupid. I love it. It's like Dumb and Dumber. It's just, you know it's completely stupid, but
Yeah.
you like watching it because it's
Dude,
hilarious.
I will tell you, and I will argue with anybody, okay, one of the best cinematic movies made in my lifetime, School of Rock with Jack Black.
Dude,
that
what an
movie
incredible movie.
is so good.
It's such a good movie, dude.
So good.
The way they
Like-
the way they wrote that out, the way they planned it all, like
Oh.
to do the big show at the end, and like he
And
had
then
to
Jack
have the
Black
kids fake
just being the
fake
dude who
the
played
sickness,
it,
and then like and
Yeah.
then he gives them the outfits, and they're these little tiny school uniforms that he was like, he pulls it out, he's like, what is this? I can't wear this. Then he has to wear it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What a great movie. Anyways, on the screen in front of us, Home Fries, Hog Fries. What's up, everybody? How
What's
you
up?
doing? It's Don't Laugh at Me, featuring Mark Wills. Speaking of, I guess we weren't really on a bullying thing, but I thought I saw a comment on this that someone said it was like what do I want to say?
Like anti-bullying.
Yeah,
whatever.
anti-bullying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
for. Yeah. So, anyways, that's all I know about it. What do you
Yeah.
guys know about it? Way more than we do. You always do. Because you're always the ones that have to hit us up and go, hey, Home Free's got this thing. Home Free dropped a video. Home Free dropped a video.
You know, I'm going to tell you this. I have mixed feelings about the whole okay, look. They're literally charging people, like, handing out criminal charges for cyberbullying. Okay, like, I get it. Oh, they were saying mean things online.
Man,
Just shut it off.
Man,
Like, I don't get it.
I grew up in that era,
But,
and
like-
as far as I'm concerned, there is no such thing as a cyberbully. Like,
yeah.
the insults that I've hurled at people and
Oh, God,
the
the-
ones I've had hurled back at me through
Any
video
Call
game
of
play.
Duty lobby.
Dude,
It's just-
Counter-Strike Source,
Oh,
Call of Duty,
God.
World of Warcraft, for the
World
love
of
of God, World of Warcraft. I mean, if you existed in those days,
yeah.
when in the early days of World of Warcraft, there's really no, you are desensitized to everything, basically, at that
Big
point.
facts.
I mean, there's no...
Now, whether that's good for you or not, I don't know, but I've made it this far.
What
so.
I know it'll build a little character, and it'll also make you care a lot less about what
Yeah.
other people are saying. I know that because I'm
Man,
with you. I'm with you. I'm like,
Well-
I don't.
Bullies, like, even when it was face-to-face back in the day, somebody bullying you at school. I had a Russian kid that bullied me all the time.
I got bullied in school, man.
And I whooped his ass. And after that, everything was fine, okay? But it now, it's so different. Because back in the day, you used to have parents, right? Like, the parents actually used to be there for their kids and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, hey, man, look, I know this kid's picking on you, but look, like, man, you just got to stand up for yourself.
Dude, I did the
Like,
the
you
one-
know, and it is what it is. Nowadays, like, it kills me to go anywhere and just see the amount of toddlers, okay, fucking, you know,
Oh, yeah.
little midgets about this big, running around with iPhone 14s.
Oh, yeah.
And their parents just
Dawdling
buried in their
off.
own,
their own iPhone.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And
exactly.
it's like,
yeah.
I remember. Here we go. You want a bullying story? This is my dad. Okay. He goes, boys, talking to me and my brother. He goes, you guys do good on this math test coming up. You guys get A's. I'm going to take you to Dairy Queen. But if you don't get an A, you're going to be sitting in the truck. So I got a B. Okay.
Oh, so you're sitting in the truck.
I tried. I am sitting in the truck watching my dad and my brother through the window eating ice cream.
Childhood
Woo!
traumas.
I tell you what, though. I learned to work hard that day. But that's the thing. Like, parents used to be there to teach their kids lessons, and they aren't there for them anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, when a kid gets confronted with this thing at school What they go to other idiots on the internet.
They go to the
that
internet.
are their age, or like,
or they go to videos, or YouTube content creators. Don't look at us. It's not us.
and
we're not the answer for anyone who's looking for that. We're not the answer. We're just out here. If we can make you smile, but we're not here to help you with your psychological issues or any of that stuff.
Like and it's hard to be a parent back then. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was hard to be a parent, but like. Now, it's even harder because it's so hard to connect with your kid when they're connected to everything else.
What video were we watching yesterday where I said that? I was like, man, I'm so glad I don't have to be a parent. I'm so glad.
Oh, God, we said it a couple of
Dude,
videos
yeah, it's
yesterday.
like, I'm so glad I don't have to be a student. I don't have to be a parent. I don't have to go through that thing. Like, kudos to all my friends that are doing that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, we haven't even started this yet. We should probably get into this.
Anyway, sorry, we were talking about bullying.
We had to clear that up because I'm not exactly sure. That's just kind of what I've heard through the grapevine, through a couple comments, is that it's like an anti-bullying thing. It might not be. I might have just...
And that's good. Like, I mean, the kids need something to turn to these days because their parents aren't there.
It's
like,
it's just such a different different world.
Time, man.
Yeah, and I'm just glad I don't have to swim in that sea, man. Mm-hmm. So let's get right into this. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's see what we end up with here. Our good dudes in Home Free, they always kill it. So regardless of the message, the performance is going to be amazing. I know that. So here we go.
Let's get it. He's got a school lunch.
I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call a geek, a little girl who never smiles, 'cause I've got braces on my teeth. And I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm that kid on every playground who's always chosen last, a single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. Wow. You don't have to be my friend. Is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me.
Wow.
Damn, dude. Really, 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 really good song. An original, I'm guessing, right? I don't know do you know Mark Wills? He's obviously a country singer.
I don't. But I was gonna say, dude, you know who he sounds like? He sounds like what's his name? He sang with Jelly Roll at the Grand Ole Opry. Why am I blanking on this?
Morgan Wallen?
No.
Craig
Morgan.
Craig Morgan?
Man, he sounded like Craig Morgan a lot. Like,
see, I don't know the genre well enough to make any references. Honestly, he kind of sounds like Rashad to me.
Oh, Rashad's got a little bit of that.
Yeah, just that.
By the way, speaking of him, okay, sorry, we're gonna take a little rabbit
tangent
trail here for
ready
a moment.
Go.
So he was signed to Nashville Records.
Sure.
Okay, and he didn't put out anything. I asked him about it. He goes, "Well, I'm not allowed to talk about it." He's now with Epitaph.
He's with Epitaph?
He's with Epitaph. Epitaph picked him up, and they have been cranking out the music.
Epitaph Records.
Epitaph
has Rashad on their roster?
Rashad on their roster. They're making a move into the country rap game, bro.
That is crazy.
They picked the right guy, though.
They really did. They really did.
Yeah.
And like, if you didn't know he was a country singer and you just saw him walking down the street, you'd be like, yeah, that guy looks like he could
do some punk rock.
That looks like the lead singer, the old lead singer from Killswitch Engage. You know what I mean? Like, that could very well be. Who knows? But like, whoa, that's dope.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
Dope.
Huh. Well, good for him and good for them. That's crazy. I'm going to have to check some of that out and
for sure.
read into that a little bit. That's very interesting.
Cottonmouth, that new one he put out is
Under Epitaph,
Under Epitaph,
really?
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
Anyway.
Well, it kind of sucks for us.
Right.
Because
we can't cover it. But,
it's going to be hard to get on our channel, but...
I mean, we might try it. We haven't had any run-ins with Epitaph at all.
I don't know if we've had any of their artists on. I don't know what their roster is, but we'll have to look into it and find out. Anyways, regardless. He's got an incredible clean voice.
Yeah.
This Mark Wills, right? That's
Yeah.
He's got an incredible clean voice, man. And what a strong message. Like, the video makes me, I'm like tearing up, man. Like, all these kids are coming up and they're like ripping this kid's bag lunch open and just leaving him.
Oh, dude.
Being dicks, little dicks, man. I was that kid once. I was a little dick. I got bullied and I was a bully. You know,
Yeah.
It's that teenage shit, man. Like you play both sides of the field every once in a while, you know. Like you like sometimes you are the bully, and you know sometimes that shit comes back to bite you, and it does every once in a while. You know, I had my fair share, so had my fair share of licks back in the day for sure.
I don't know, man. Like. Other than elementary school, I never really got bullied at all. Like, and not that I really bullied anybody either. I just kind of
junior high.
I was that dude that just fit in with everybody.
Mine was junior high, but then after I got over the 2 kids that were bullying me in junior high, it never really happened again.
Yeah,
one of them I killed him with kindness, man. He kept bullying. He did not like me for whatever reason. He just did not like me, man. Had a problem with me. Every time he saw me, it was just like, I got a problem with you, dude.
Yeah.
And I was in the parade one year, and I was walking with the radio station, and they gave us literal like cans of soda to hand out. We just had a bunch of 12 packs in the back of the vans, and we were just handing out sodas to everybody. I saw that motherfucker in the crowd, and I walked up to him with like 4 sodas and was like, "Here you go, dude."
Here you go.
That day, that was the day everything changed. He came back the next day and was like, "Dude, thank you so much, man. We were sweating out there. Dude, you killed it, bro. Thanks so much."
Yeah.
Never bullied me again. Killed him with kindness. Never bullied me. Like, but in a way, that's kind of standing up, you know. Like I'm not just like, don't be afraid of him. Just walk over to him and be like, "Hey, dude, you need a soda?" He did.
It's always crazy because, you know, Adam Calhoun has talked about this before where he's like, you know, that kid that was like the quarterback for the high school football team. And, you know, he's sitting there now, fat and lazy without a job, talking about those were the best years of my life. He goes, dude, I got out of high school and I still hadn't seen the best years of my life.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
still working on the best years of my life.
I look back at high school, and it's like, that was fun. That was a really fun little stint that I had for 3 or 4 years. That was a great time. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't accomplish anything in high school.
The only thing I miss about high school was the lack of responsibility.
Yeah, it was the party. It was like a fun party, man. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Sorry, guys.
I'm the triple on the corner.
Hold on. Yep. Sorry, I gotta go back and check this out.
It's already ripped?
Wait. Is that...
I'm the
that shirt, is that a skull with a pineapple head with sunglasses?
It is.
That's a dope shirt,
It is.
dude.
That is a really dope shirt.
That's a really dope shirt.
And whatever those poinsettias or whatever those are, flower. I don't know. Some type of flower.
Oh, dude, he got a Yoo-hoo.
He does have a Yoo-hoo in
so
there.
Good, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a pizza Lunchables and a Yoo-hoo.
Man, dude, that guy was eating like a king at
This
lunch.
is the kid you want to be hanging out with at
That's
lunch,
the
bro.
kid,
He's got
dude.
pizza Lunchables. Come on, that's the
and
kid.
a Yoo-hoo.
And a fucking Yoo-hoo.
I love
Kids,
Yoo-hoos.
what's
Anyway,
up,
sorry.
triple on the corner. You passed me on the street, and I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat.
Yeah.
And don't think I don't notice that I rise never be. I lost my wife and little boy. Someone crossed any yellow
Every
line.
day, man.
The day we laid them in the ground is the day I lost my mind. And right now I'm down to holding this little cardboard sign. So don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at me. I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm down, I'm blind. Hey, aren't we all?
Oh, packed multiple lunches.
Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from
Hold up!
my
Hold up! Is he killing them with kindness right now?
He
What?
is.
What is
Look at
happening?
him.
What is happening right now? This is blowing my mind. Oh my God, this is amazing. This kid's like, okay, you know what? You're gonna keep taking my lunch. You know, obviously you guys need some food. Here's a couple of lunches.
Yeah,
I packed them for you. Now you each have one.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
rip your own fucking bag open. Crazy,
You know, the
man!
Oh, God.
Wow, what a crazy full circle. We just broke the fifth dimension.
Now I know why Pappy D was like, dude, I cried during this song.
Dude,
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, and here's the thing. It's not the act of what he's doing. Let me show you.
Don't get your pleasure from.
Sorry. Let me go back a little more.
No, you're good.
Let's go.
Hey, aren't we all? Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names.
That look right there. The kid in the white shirt.
Having the revelation.
Yep. Man, that's whoa.
Like coming
That's
up to this kid,
powerful.
like, all right, get your lunch out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, where's your lunch, bro? Where's your lunch? And the kid's like, hang on, here.
That's the moment.
I got you guys these. And he sees him hand the friend, and he's just looking at it like, oh, fuck.
That's the
I'm an asshole.
yeah.
He's having the revelation.
That's the moment in every young boy's life that he learns something about being a man.
Yep.
And I remember one of those moments for me when I was a kid was just like I had a friend who he was a really good kid. He's not so much anymore, but anyway, he was a really good kid back then, really well behaved, and he had a friend named Tyler, and him and Tyler would get together and play and do whatever, but Tyler didn't come from the best home, okay? So, like, his parents were alcoholics.
Had some different traditions.
Yeah, for
gotcha.
sure. So, Tyler was a little less well-behaved, okay? Well, our buddy Hez had been over to his house many times and kind of seen all of this going on. And, the teachers don't really know, okay? But, Tyler having a rough day.
It's not really their job to know,
Yeah.
The teachers are supposed to have a little understanding, but again, it's like they're not supposed to really...
Yeah.
It's not really a teacher's job to be a parent, you know what I mean?
For sure. But I remember Tyler was just having a rough day, and they had this ticket system, right? So you had a green, a blue, pink, and orange, and a black ticket, right? And so each of them meant like different things. Like a green is a warning, yellow.
They're like demeanors.
Or
demerits, I mean.
Like yellow is like, oh, you get to spend 5 minutes in detention during recess, and then a pink is, well, you get to spend 15 minutes, and the orange is you don't get recess, and the red is like you're going to fuck home. Okay, so
what's the black?
The black
Death?
is like
You just kill you.
they just nobody ever got the black one. So
you get the electric chair, bro.
Yeah,
See you later.
see ya.
I don't know what to tell you.
But he was going to his yellow where he was going to have to spend a little bit of recess in detention. And Hez knew, like, dude, Tyler loved playing football. Like, that was his thing every day. Like, that's what, like, got him through. Like, his favorite thing was going to school and playing football. Well, Hez is like, dude, I've seen his life at home. I've seen, he just struggles with this, that, and the other. Parents aren't really there. Like, really all he has is recess. Like, that's his time of day. So he stands up, and he tells the teacher, he's like, no, here, you take my ticket. And he puts his green ticket up there, right? And she's like, well, no, Tyler's the one in trouble. He goes, I don't care. He's like, he needs this more than I do. So, like, this is me. I'm going to take one for the team, basically. The deal.
I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah. And I remember, like, wow, dude. That's something. Like,
For young kids, for sure, especially.
Oh, yeah, we were in elementary. I think we were in 5th grade.
Yeah, that's
some
real grown-up shit.
That's some real shit. And so, like, sitting there and watching that and kind of knowing the behind the scenes of everything, I was like, wow, man, that's something about being a man. And then
it's also a really good friend, too.
Yeah.
It's also a really, really good friend.
And I remember talking to him later, and what he said is he's like, I have to be responsible for everything that I do. And he goes, and I'm never going to lie about that. And he never did. If he ever got caught doing something,
he would always take the blame.
Like, yeah, dude,
it was me.
I did that. Like, and that's what it was. And that was one of those days in my life as a boy that I learned something about being a man. And to see this kid have that same revelation in a different aspect of his life is something that's just, it's something special. Every young boy needs to go through that.
Also, kudos, because they're good actors. He looks like a very young Zach Job from Donut Media. Shouts out Donut
A little
Media.
bit,
He kind of does,
yeah.
huh? All right, let's keep going.
Don't get your pleasure from my pain. 'Cause in God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me.
Hell
I'm
yes.
Mark Wills.
I'm Nate Simon.
Generally Wasserman.
October is anti-bullying month, and it's a cause that is very near and dear to our hearts. That's why we have partnered with Mark Wills and 21 Pineapples to help raise money and awareness to go fight bullying. Please check out homefreemusic.com,
MarkWills.com.
and 21pineapples.com.
I just want to say I'm spreading my love in one funky shirt at a time.
Go get your funky shirt now.
Nice.
And
Yes.
that's your ad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
Hell yes, dude.
Love it.
Oh, and then we come up, of course. Who's next? Who?
Speaking of bullying.
Who next? But yeah, but the
Code of contact.
The old
Treat
ca-
everyone with respect.
he's like, what is this shit? No, that was like Home Free has this way of creating these very effective videos.
Yes.
The driver.
Yeah, the driver is so good.
Amazing video
Yeah.
with such a strong message. Like, and this one I think falls right in line with that. Like,
Oh, for sure.
just such a good message, man. Like, stop being such a dick and just, like, mostly
like, be thankful for like the people who make life happen.
just
like,
leave people alone,
yeah,
right? If there's nothing, it comes back to like the old Bambi shit, right? If you don't have anything nice to say, then just don't say anything,
Yeah.
And the world is actually a lot better off that way, than with people just kind of shutting up,
People just shut the fuck up.
Like, it's just one of those things, man. Just you don't if you're feeling the urge to be a dick for no reason, that's okay. That's why video games exist.
yeah,
Go play a video game. Go be a dick to some idiot on the internet who you're never going to see or meet ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know how you feel about bullying on the internet and that whole thing. I don't know. Video games for me fall under a like
totally different.
a different
like,
category, man.
Like you can't take anything seriously.
It's not fair of you to get into a Fantasyland video game thing and then start acting all political and like your feelings are hurt.
Oh,
like
God,
this is
people do though.
We're
Oh, my
living when you're in that game, you're living in a made up world. Everything in
Yeah.
that world is made up. So everything that's happening to you, therefore, is made up. Like
Yeah.
so the whole online now. Social media is when you're getting threats from people and things like that, like Facebook, and you're getting random
threats
messages
are
over
different,
and over and over. If that bullying becomes threatening, then you have a reason to raise concern.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, dude, if you got a problem with somebody, meet them in Call of Duty. Meet them in Battlefield.
Won me.
Like, let's sweat it out in World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It just there are better ways than to
God.
than to just like ruin. I get like in this instance that was that kid's lunch. It's not like you just pulled a prank on him. You literally now he's hungry today. If that obviously it's like a Lunchable. It's not didn't ruin it by falling on the ground. But let's say he had a sandwich and an apple and like that shit fell into a puddle or something like that. And it's like now his lunch is ruined, man. And like now he literally just goes hungry today. You took away his food.
Yeah.
Like that's
that's
a fucked up move. Like don't do that kind of shit. So that kind of a thing.
man.
I do also think to rebuke that or whatever the word is. I do also think that a little bit of bullying builds character, man. I was bullied a little bit, and I think I turned out pretty damn okay. Like, yeah, I've got my problems. I think everybody does, but for the most part, I can present myself. And I've never been to jail. I've never even been in a set of handcuffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I bullied kids, and I've been bullied, and like, here I am, man. I work 40 hours a week. I have health insurance. I bought a house. I have a girlfriend and animals, and you know what I mean? Like,
It's such a strange because here's the reality of it, right? In a perfect world, nobody would ever be bullied, and everybody would grow up and have everything they ever wanted. Okay,
and we'd all be gray.
Unfortunately,
we would all just be gray, and the whole world would be gray, and it'd be so boring.
Unfortunately, the world isn't perfect, and bullying is always going to exist. So, with that, I think once again, like I said before, it's up to the parents. The parents, number one, need to raise kids to respect others, and number two, need to raise kids that have thick skin, because once they get out in the real world, there are so many kids I've seen that I went to school with that were sheltered and coddled and then they get out into the real world and they have every advantage. Their dad owns a car dealership and their mom works at the hospital.
The world is just handed to these people. Yeah, and they just fumble.
And sure enough,
fumble
5 years outside of high school, they're begging for their parents' money. And,
Can't get it together. Had opportunities here and there and never took them. This, that, and the other. Dude, how many people have you seen come through your work like that? How many people have you worked with where it's like, I've had so many people come through my warehouse where it's like, my warehouse is a dope ass opportunity. It pays great.
Yeah.
The benefits are second to none, and it has to be one of the easiest jobs in Wyoming. We do hardly anything out there. Like we unload and load trucks, man. That's basically the whole gist of our job. That's what do you do when you're not doing that? You're waiting for a truck. That's kind of what you do. You know what I mean? And like I've seen kids come in with all the potential in the world and just blow it.
Yeah.
Come in and ask the same questions every day and never learn anything. And it's like, dude, you got to start picking something up after a while.
Yeah.
And they never do. And these are the same kids that are trust fund kids that have been, you know, their hand has been held their whole life and stuff. And it's like by the time they got out into the real world, it just eats them up, man.
Yeah.
So there are points to be made on both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go out there and just start shit with your neighbor for no reason. Maybe, Then again, maybe do. You know, if your neighbor deserves it, maybe go start some shit. I don't know. You guys don't take my advice. I'm not a lawyer, okay?
The world is hard, and it's always going to be hard, and it's the parents' job to make sure that their kids are ready for the world. And
I feel like my parents did a bang-up job. So kudos to my parents because I feel like they killed it.
If your kid is a bully, then, you know, hey, maybe you should take them somewhere where there's some kids a little bit bigger than them, you know, where they aren't the big dog anymore. All of a sudden, they get a little taste of it, and they go, oh, well, you know, that didn't feel so great. But
and a great way to do that, if your kids are getting into sports, and they
getting into sports is good.
If your kids are getting into sports and they think they're tough shit, take them to a place where other kids are doing that sport and have been doing it for a long time. Same thing goes with music. Same thing goes with art. Same thing goes with, you know, almost any of that shit.
Yeah.
Take them to a place where people have been doing it for a long time and let them experience how bad they really are at it. And that'll put them in a humbling place. Coming up playing drums and going to jazz festivals and music festivals around the state. Like, I was hot tits in Casper in the 7th grade band room, but then you go out to these high schools where there's high school musicians playing drums and like doing, and you're like, I ain't shit.
Yeah.
I got nothing, dude. These kids don't even have to talk to me and they can play me under the table, you know?
Me and Joey were talking about this the other night when after he got done recording guitar.
Yeah, you guys bullshitted for a while out front.
Yeah. So I was talking about, it's like, you know, there's a time in everybody's life, and I think it literally lasts your entire lifetime, where you think you have something down. You're like, you know what? I got this. I'm good at this. And for me, it was being a mechanic. I'm like, dude, I know what I'm doing. I do a set of head gaskets. I can
I'm good.
take
I
a
got
transmission
this.
out.
Yeah.
I can do this thing.
I can do shocks. I know what's up.
Yeah. So like, I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking dope ass mechanic. And then there comes one car, okay? And this car whoops your ass
Mini Cooper.
up and down. No, this particular one, okay. Now
Mercedes-Benz.
Yes! Now, I will tell you, I am a decent tech. I'll tell you that much.
I back that. I vouch for that.
I was thinking, okay, timing cover on a Mercedes, it's just a timing cover, not a big deal. Ooh, it's got a broken timing chain guide. Oh, the timing chain is also fucked up. Never done that. And it just kept spiraling into this. Oh, dude, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And there's literally nothing on the internet to help you. Because, like, when you have a timing chain go bad on a Mercedes, what do? They just throw it away.
Yeah. Well, I remember, was it the one that you had the whole engine dropped out of that motherfucker? Like a couple years ago or whatever it was, no?
No. That's a Nissan Murano.
I remember whatever that thing was, too. I remember that you were in the same situation where you were looking for information on the internet on how to get it out, and it was like step 1, remove
disconnect battery. Step 2, remove drivetrain.
Remove subframe or something like that. It was like some crazy giant part of it, and it did that was the instruction. Remove it. Doesn't tell you what bolts, what wiring, where to start, what you need to leave connected.
Yeah.
It's just like good luck out there.
It's a really massive point of humbling where you go, oh, well, there's somebody out here that built this, so they know what they're doing.
Yep.
I don't have a fucking clue.
Yep.
And you just have to struggle through it. And by the time you get through and you come out on the other side, you're a better technician for it. If you're, your kid thinks they're the best football player, okay, cool. Sign them up for a league where there's like harder kids, harder whatever.
Yep.
All of a sudden, oh man, I got some work to do.
Have your kids punch out of their class and like find out, like punch above their weight class, and let It doesn't take
Yeah.
much. A dose of reality for a child is very small. It come in very small doses and they're very effective. But yeah, like I know if I went through a couple of those as a kid that were really eye opening, and I feel like it made me better.
Yeah.
As
No,
like a
for
recording
sure.
engineer nowadays, like I don't pressure anybody into anything when I come in here or when they come
Oh,
in here
no.
because like who am I?
Yeah.
I'm not a great musician. I know there are a billion people out there who can play me under the table. There's probably somebody 2 blocks from here that can shred on guitar better than I'll ever be able to
Oh
do.
well, God,
you know
dude,
what I mean?
just the guy across the alley, man. That guy makes some fire beats,
Dude.
He does like EDM
Oh, that's right.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
right. What was that? He ran the Mad Mountain Music Festival last year. What the
Yeah.
hell is that kid's name? I can't remember.
can't
Devin.
remember.
Devin.
Yeah.
Devin Jotun. He lives across. Dude, if you ever come across this, you won't, but it's fine. Yeah. He booked a whole damn music festival on the backside of a fucking mountain range in Sheridan.
Yeah, crazy, man.
He had fucking
Right.
tractors and stages and light crews and all sorts of different shit,
Yeah.
man. And he's like 17 years old. Go
Kid
him,
just
dude.
killing it. But that's the thing. Like the important thing that I have to say about bullying is be a parent. Be there if your kid's the bully. Put them in a situation where because you telling them, hey, don't do that. It's not enough. I'm sorry, it's not. Okay.
I mean,
life.
I
is
would
a
say on the
fantastic
contrary,
teacher.
it actually it provokes them to want to do it more.
Yeah.
What happens when you tell a kid not to touch something? Don't touch that. They look at you and they go, yeah, exactly. So it's not enough to just go, hey, you're not supposed to do that, because then they're
Yeah.
going to go, you're not there when I do it. You don't fucking
Yeah.
see. What's that kid going to do? Go tell his parents? That's going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
So you got to prove lessons.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like catching a dog in the act. It doesn't make any sense to reprimand your dog after it fucking peed in the house 4 hours ago and you came home and saw it. However, if you catch your dog pissing on your shoes, that's a different story. You know what I mean?
Decent time, yeah.
So
But then on the other half of that, if you're a parent and your kid is being bullied, well, what do you do then? A lot of people, we're going to go to school and ain't going to do nothing. If anything, it may make it worse.
teach your kid.
What you do is you teach your kid, you're like, look, listen, okay, there's people in life who are agitators, and typically agitators don't end up with the best of the best.
They're not going to make it as far as
Okay.
you. Yep. Don't be afraid of them.
And that's when you get them into something that they love, and you kind of build up, like where one, you're kind of tearing down their ego. If your kid is being bullied, that's something where you need to build their ego a little bit. Give them something to be proud of, something they work hard for.
My dad used to tell me that shit all the time. When, if someone's picking on you at school, man, tough love. It's kind of a tough love thing, but it works. It's like if someone's picking on you in school, man, and he'd like look at me, he's like, you're not a wuss.
Yeah.
Stand up to that guy. What the fuck is he gonna do?
Yeah,
It's like
right.
he's like you're strong, dude. You can handle yourself. Don't be a baby. Like, don't let that guy scare you. And sure as shit, man, like, you come to find out, a lot of people are way more bark than they are bite. A lot of people bark and yap and yell. And the second
God.
you're like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
they shut up. So,
Dude, even as an adult, oh my
dude.
God, dude.
Yeah,
Did I tell you about going to get those fenders?
no.
So listen, we can cut this and we can leave it in. Let's
cut
wrap this up.
Let's cut
here.
it, and then you can tell me about the fenders.
So if
that
you
was
guys-
5 out of 5 material.
Oh,
Home
yeah.
Free is fucking amazing. Adam, I
So
still
good.
want the goddamn samples. Send them to me, please. Thank you.
Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang, and we'll see you all next time. Bow.
All right, so tell me about these fenders. So I'm just gonna let it roll and B-roll now because we'll do black.
Mics are still on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do the black screen ending thingy.
this guy who used to work at Horizon, okay, he got fired because he would lie, right? He's like, oh, the customer told me to do that. And Jason's like, bullshit. The customer didn't tell you to do that. He would not back down off of that. So Jason's like, well, pack your shit, get the fuck out of here. I'm not arguing with you.
A tech that
Okay.
used to work at Horizon? Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he leaves. He still comes by and shit because he kind of wants his job back. Well, he did get his job back, okay? And then he got fired again. And then he went to go work for this other place, right? And Jason's like, look, I'm willing to give you one more chance to come back to this job. But I swear to God, dude, the moment you're dishonest with me, like, that's it. You are forever, like, you were on the blacklist.
Good for Jason for even giving him another
Okay.
try, man.
Yeah.
Like,
No, for real.
After a certain amount, it's like, dude.
Jason is the most patient boss I've ever, like, he's amazing. Anyway, so he goes, no, man, I got this job and making more money. And Jason's like, okay, cool. Well, this door is closed, just so you know. He's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Well, then he ends up breaking his back and fucks himself all up. Well, now he's good to work, but the shop won't let him come back to work because they hired another guy who's honestly better. Okay, he's just a better tech. Well,
companies don't typically like paying workman's comp for
they
years
sure
and years
don't.
and years either. So, like, if an opportunity comes along while you're out to have a guy come in who's not on workers' comp, ready to work, I mean,
there you
kind
go.
of can't blame him. You know?
So anyway, he's been come by, blah, blah. So me and Mason got into that skiff a year ago or whatever.
I remember that.
And I typically, thick skin, just let things roll off, whatever. I had enough, okay? It had been a week and a half of him just fucking ripping me for no fucking reason. So I rip at him back. I was like, look, if you don't want me working here, that's fucking fine. Just say so. And all of a sudden, he didn't have shit to say.
Oh, all of a sudden it got real serious in here.
We haven't had a problem since, okay? But then Jake, this other guy, this old tech, he's trying to hit me up outside of work. Hey, man, like, you want to hang out? I'm like, oh, I'm really busy, man. I got the YouTube channel. I got all this shit going on. And he goes, oh, okay, well, if you have him, I'd really like to talk to you about, like, what's going on at the shop. And I was like, well, if you want to find out anything that's happening in the shop, you can talk to Jason. You have his number. Like,
You can talk to the business owner.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and spread
I ain't gonna be the
information
gossip
about
queen,
the shop,
dude. Like,
dude.
I'm not here for that shit.
And he got pissy about it. So he
Got pissy because you wouldn't tell him the
Yes.
inner drama workings of your shop?
Yes. So
that's not
then
his business, bro.
he's selling that truck, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Matt, this might be a truck worth looking at, okay? So we're like, hey, I tell him we may come look at it this weekend, we may not. So whatever, okay? And so he kept calling me and calling me and calling me and calling me and calling me. I'm like, bro, I answered the phone. I was like, look, if you want to hang out and have a beer and have a burger and just hang out as like friends, that's cool. Number one, I'm not buying your truck. Number two, I'm not the one that's going to spread gossip about the shop with you, okay? And number three, if you want to get a hold of the guy who's going to buy your truck, you have his number.
You have his fucking phone. And he
You
did
have his number.
message me, and that's the thing. Yeah, okay, I got you. Hey, Matt, it's Jake with the truck.
Yeah.
Great, I have your information. Just because I didn't message you back doesn't mean, like, I'm avoiding you. It just means maybe I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Great, I have your number. If I want to come look at the truck, I will get a hold of you, bud.
So then he's like, oh, so I made old Gus all pissy and shit, huh? Well, I guess that's the last time I ask you for anything. I was like, okay, cool,
Good,
thanks.
stop asking me for shit.
So he wouldn't talk to me for, like, up until, I don't know, a couple months ago, okay? So he goes, hey, man, I have these fenders. I think they'll fit your blue truck. If you want them, come by the house after work, and I'm going to sell them to you for, like, $50. I was like, you know what? I can't come tonight, but I'll come take a look tomorrow night.
Like the
front
the wide
fenders.
fenders, like the black fenders that go around it, or what?
No, like the actual fender.
For your blue truck?
Yeah.
I didn't know it has fenders.
Well, yeah, but the one is completely rusted out, and the other one has holes rusted in it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So he's like, hey, I have
he's
some
got
that
good ones.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
I mean, the paint doesn't match, but they don't have rust.
Yeah,
so
they're not rusted.
whatever.
You can always cry on that shit, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll come by tomorrow and look at it. He's like, okay. So I show up the next day after work. He's like, oh, you actually showed up. I thought you were going to skip out on me. You're actually earning points with me today. And I was like, well, I'm not here to score points with anyone. And he kind of looked at me all fucking sideways. I was like, dude, I could really care less what you think about me. Like, if you want the $50, I'm here. Let's check him out. And he was just, he all think he high and mighty of himself. I'm like, no, dude.
what
Like, I
is that?
really don't give a fuck.
Why do people think that, like, oh, you're here, you have to impress me, you have to do these things for me? Like,
Yeah.
bro, I ain't got to do shit for anybody.
Like, dude, I ain't got to do shit for nobody.
I literally don't have to do. I can leave anywhere, anytime that I want to.
Yeah. I almost got right back in my truck and was like, oh, score point. Watch me score some points now.
Yeah, no
Fucking,
shit.
Like,
Score this, bro. Score
Yeah.
this fucking burnout I'm about to do in your driveway. Like, what?
Like, oh, God, dude. Fucking people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Well, have fun with that B-roll.